let's prepare Char Siu chicken. I know many of you have had the pork in the past, the Chinese Char Siu pork. We're going to do the same thing with our chicken thighs, boneless and skin on. Recipe for the marinade is below. Chef Garen is on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So please follow along, subscribe, follow, like, all that fun stuff. And let's get going. I'm going to show you how to debone your thighs first. All right, deboning your chicken thighs. This recipe, the ingredients below, this is for 3 people, 6 thighs, 2 per person, okay? So a sharp knife with a pointed end. Here we have our thigh. There's only 1 bone in a chicken thigh. And I want you to kind of feel around where that bone is. I see it here. I can feel it. I'm going to take my knife and go down the side of each side of this bone here, okay? And make an incision, maybe just a little less than ½ an inch. You don't want to go all the way through. And just leave yourself enough space here to get your knife underneath. Slide her through. Now we have what's called like a lollipop. We're going to take the back of our knife because we do not want to damage the sharp side. And we're just going to scrape the meat down until we can feel that knuckle, and we're going to cut right through, okay? Just like that, very easy. Any big chunks of fat and skin, now keep in mind we want to keep most of the skin on here, but any big chunks of fat and skin like this piece here, I'm going to get off. Just going to check the other sides to see what we got. So just want to get rid of the big chunks of fat here for sure. Okay, there we go. And that's it, guys. Very simple, very clean. We want to do 6 of these. Well, let's make the marinade for our chicken. Okay, so what we're going to do is get a bowl. We're going to place in our spices. So here we have our salt, our black and white pepper, our 5-spice powder. You can also use allspice as well, that's fine. But the 5-spice is, of course, authentic Chinese, right? So that's what we want to use if we can get it. So let's get that in here. Here's an example of what 5-spice powder will look like. There's many different brands. Okay, this is the one I use. Sometimes I'll use this one here. Just go to your Asian market, and some grocery stores will carry it as well. And just go to the international aisle, okay, and see if you can find it there. Okay, let's continue on. We have some Hoisin sauce, and this is the one I use, okay, but any brand will be fine. So we have 3 tablespoons of that. Ketchup, 4½ tablespoons. Any brand of ketchup, whatever your favorite is. And also sugar or brown sugar or honey. I have palm sugar here. Okay, so I'm going to use some palm sugar. And what we want to do is just blend this up until the sugar gets dissolved, okay? And red food coloring, liquid or the powder. This is optional. You can add that to give us that nice deep red color. And you only add a little bit at a time here, okay? You do not need much. So it's going to give us that nice, beautiful char siu color on our skin of chicken. There we go, that should be good. Sugar's almost dissolved here. I have my chicken in a baggie. I'm going to dump my marinade in with the chicken. Fantastic, look at that. All right, now we want to just get that chicken in here and the marinade and just massage it in as best as you can. Into the fridge we go. Okay, but make sure you get this into the skin, into the flesh of the chicken, and anywhere between 4 to 8 hours in the fridge. Now, if you can, some liquid will come out of this eventually, some juices from the chicken, so we want to flip it over maybe halfway through our marinating process, okay? Just so that it marinates evenly. Time to roast our char siu. So I have my oven set at 380. It's preheated, okay, 380 Celsius. You're going to take one of your racks and place it 1 level above your middle, okay? So go up 1 above your middle so you're getting some of that heat from the top. which is very important. We're going to take a cookie sheet or a pizza pan. We're going to line it with some foil, shiny side up. And let's take a look at this chicken here, guys. So it is gorgeous. It's nice and red. It has been marinating longer than 8 hours. That's no big deal. Just look at the color here. Oh my goodness. So when you get this leftover marinade that's in the bag, we're going to save this. And then we're going to baste the chicken after 20 minutes. So we're going to roast this chicken up for 20 minutes. And take it out, baste it with more sauce, and we'll put it back in. Okay, until it's done. There we are right there, guys. Only 5 pieces. I did say 6. I want you to do 6. I'm just doing 5, okay? Now let's get her in the oven and time it for 20 minutes. So the marinade in the bag, you may be wondering how you're going to get it out. What I do is I just lay it on a flat surface, take something that's flat, and just kind of force all this down into one corner, okay? Give yourself an opening here so that some air can escape. Let's get rid of some of that air. And just push this all down in the corner, like so. Get yourself a container, pair of scissors, and cut that little tip off, and just let it drain, okay? And then squeeze it. Squeeze her all out here. A little messy, but, you know, such is life, okay? So there we are. We have our leftover marinade, and we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna use this to baste the chicken after the initial 20-minute bake. Okay, just hauled these out of the oven. Actually, I made it 18 minutes. These are small. The bone is out, so they're gonna cook quite fast. These are actually pretty much cooked, guys. But leftover marinade here. Let's get that on this skin. And I'm just gonna pop them back in that same oven temp for at least 10 minutes, okay? And that's gonna give us some nice caramelization on top here. And you can actually stick them under the broiler afterwards if you want more caramelization, okay? So get this sauce on here, be generous with it, and it'll thicken up beautifully in the oven. So 10 more minutes. Okay, time is up. I did put them under the broiler just for like a minute. Gave them that little bit of extra pop. Let's see if we can get a piece up here. I'll get you a close-up look. That is absolutely gorgeous. So what we want to do now is let this rest a little bit. Let the skin firm up. Let that sauce kind of stick a little bit more. Then we can slice it into thin strips. You can serve this with plain rice with some maybe green onion, sesame seeds, as is if you wish. However you think you want to eat it, guys. You can't go wrong. So give this a try. Hang on a second and we'll get this cut up. I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. So we are ready to cut our chicken char siu. It has cooled down a bit. It's not as tacky. It's not as hot. A couple things we need is a very, very sharp knife, cutting board, a cloth. Okay, when you use a cutting board, get something to level the board, something to keep it in place. I'm gonna take a piece of chicken here. This guy looks pretty good. A sharp knife, very, very important, okay, so we can get through this skin. This is beautiful. Very, very juicy. Still a bit hot on the inside. Let's have a look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm going to try a piece right now. Oh my god. It's like chicken candy. It has a great flavor. That 5-spice powder really comes out. Just the right amount of sweetness. Using thighs is the key here, okay, because it's a nice moist meat. Delicious, delicious. On its own, with rice, like I said. Next Chinese class, probably we will do this dish. I know I did it for the first year of COVID when I was doing a lot of virtual events, and great success there. Everyone loved it, so maybe we'll do a live class here
public class in the near future. Try this, guys. Let me know what you think.